Good morning, boys and girls. Today, believe it or not, we are on our last session for change problems. And as you can tell, they've gotten a little bit harder each time. So today, I really want you to pay attention. I really want you to follow along. I really want you to be using your strip diagram. That is probably the biggest thing that I'm seeing right now is that boys and girls are not using their strip diagrams, and so you're most likely going to get a ton of these problems wrong because in change problems, just because it's an add to story does not mean you're adding. Just because it's a take from story does not mean we're subtracting. And so we have to use the strip diagram to figure out whether we're looking for the part or the whole. And this right here is the most important part. It determines what operation we're doing. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and do some problems today together and kind of walk through them. Listen to the very first story. It says, Mark had some toy cars. Doesn't tell us how many, but I can see Mark with some toy cars. He gave 5 of his toy cars to his little brother, and now he has 13 cars. How many toy cars did Mark have before he gave some to his brother? So in this story, I see that Mark had some cars and he gave some cars away, and now he has less than what he started with, because when you give something away, you have less, right? So the difference today is that our mystery number is now going to be in the front. The change was that Mark gave away 5 of his cars, and when I give something away, it goes away. And at the end, he only had 13 cars. So let's go through and think about where to put these things on our organizer. The cars that Mark had at the beginning of the story, were those all of the cars or part of the cars? Well, since he had some cars in the beginning and he gave some away and he had some that was less than what he had in the end, this is all that Mark started with. This was the total amount that he began with. The 5 cars that Mark gave away are part of the cars because I know it wasn't all of what he had because he had some left, right? And the 13 cars that he had left is also part because this other part got taken away. Now, boys and girls, we in this story are taking things away, but I want you to notice how we are looking for the whole. And you know the song or the chant, the only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole. Well, how can that be, Mrs. Fuson? It's a take from story and I'm adding? Yes, because even though things are going away in the story, I'm looking for the total, the amount that I started with in the story, and it is the whole in this case. So we are going to take 13 and we are going to add 5 using our touch points. So I've got 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Let's see if that even makes sense on our story. If I start with 18 and I give 5 of my cars away, will I have 13? Let's see. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Sure enough, 18 is our whole. Very, very good job. I know some of you who worked with Mrs. Overlord before may have started with change problems, but you may not have used your strip diagram for helping you solve. And as you can see, it is really, really, really important. All right, let's try another one. Okay. Paul had 3 toy trucks. He got some more for his birthday. Now Paul has 11 toy trucks. How many toy trucks did he get for his birthday? Well, in the story, I see that Paul has some trucks. I see him having a birthday, and I see him getting some more trucks. And now I see that he's got more than what he started with in the beginning. So let's fill this out. In the beginning, Paul had 3 toy trucks. And he got more for his birthday. The story doesn't tell us how many, so now our mystery number's in the middle, like it was in our last lesson. And when I get more, that's definitely add 2. And now he's got 11 trucks. So let's go through and put this on our organizer to decide if this is an adding or subtracting strategy for solving. So the 3 trucks that Paul had in the beginning of the story, was that all he had or part of what he had? Well, in the story he did get more, so 3 is part of what he had. The trucks that he got for his birthday, was that all he had or part of what he had? Well, since he started with some trucks before his birthday, what he got was also part. And the 11 trucks at the end of the story is all he had. Now, boys and girls, even though it's an add 2 story, are we looking for the whole in this case? No. The only time we add is when we're looking for the whole. And since we're looking for the part, this is a subtract story. Well, the story's not subtract, the story is add 2. But the solving pattern is definitely subtract. So we are going to start with 11 and count back 3, 11, 10, 9, 8. He got 8 presents, or 8 cars for his birthday. So boys and girls, we've just had a subtract story where we added, and we've had an add 2 story where we've subtracted. If you are not on board with using this strip diagram so far, I hope that today you see the importance of it. And when we get back to school and you are using those organizers for solving, you are going to see that I've already drawn that on there for you, which is why we draw them on our problems. All right, let's try another one. Natalie put 6 cars in a box. Her friend added some more cars, and now there are 13 cars in the box. And I want to know how many cars did her friend add to the box? Well, in the story, I see that Natalie has some cars, and I can see her putting them in a box. I can see her friend putting some cars in the box. And I can see there being more cars in the box than there were before. So let's fill this out. Natalie put 6 cars in a box. Her friend added some more cars to the box. So our mystery number is in the middle again. And now there are 13 cars in the box. So the 6 cars at the beginning of the story that Natalie put in the box, was that all of the cars that were in the box or part of the cars? Well, since her friend added some more, 6 is only part of what was in the box. The cars that Natalie's friend added to the box, were those all of the cars or part of the cars? Well, since Natalie added some cars and her friend added some cars, her friend's cars are also part. And the 13 cars at the end of the story that were in the box is the total amount of cars. Boys and girls, look, once again, we are looking for the part, which is a subtract pattern. The only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole, and even though it's an adding story, we're adding a part. The unknown is a part, which means we have to subtract to find how, when I take 6 away, what part is left, right? So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Natalie's friend added 7 cars to the box. I'm very proud of you for hanging in there. Let's try a few more today. I hope that you're following along at home with a blank paper and a pencil, and I can't wait to see some of your problems posted in Seesaw. All right, let's try another one. Allie had some dolls. She gave away 4 of her dolls, and now she has 8 dolls only. How many dolls did Allie start with? So in the story, I can see in my head that Allie's got some dolls. I see that she gave some dolls away, and now that she doesn't have as many as she did in the beginning. So let's fill this out. Allie has some dolls. She gave 4 away to her friend. Now when I give something away, it goes away. So that is a subtract change. And now Allie has 8 dolls. So let's think about this. The dolls that Allie had in the beginning, was that all she had or part of what she had? Well, in the story, she didn't get more. In fact, dolls went away. So what she started with was the total amount of dolls that she had in all. The 4 dolls that she gave away was obviously not all of the dolls because she had some left. So the 4 is part. And the 8 dolls that were left is also part because she gave 4 of them away. Now, boys and girls, I'm looking for the whole in this case, which means I'm adding because the only time I add is when I'm looking for the whole. So again, even though it's a subtract story, I'm looking for the total, which means I'm having to add my numbers together. So I've got 8, add 4, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She started with 12 dolls. Let's see if that makes sense if we put 12 in our mystery number here. If I have 12 and I take 4 away, do I get 8? Let's see. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. I sure do. So see, our strip diagram over here is super, 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 super important when we are talking about change problems. We cannot solve our change problems without it. Let's do one more, and then that will be it for today. I cannot wait to see your work posted in Seesaw. If you are having a hard time with Seesaw and you haven't accepted the invitation that I sent way in the beginning when we started our online school, please go back and do that. If you are having a hard time, let me know, and I can copy and paste the directions into our conversation and the comments at the bottom of the assignment. All right, here we go, guys. Brody had some cards. They were baseball cards. Well, Brody got 8 more cards. And now he has 15 cards. How many baseball cards did Brody start with? All right, let's fill this out. Find out what we're doing. All right, Brody had some baseball cards, so I saw that in my head. I saw him with some cards, I saw him get some more, and I saw that he has more now after he got them than what he started with. So we got 6 more. And when I get more, that's an add to story. And now I've got more than what I started with. So let's go through here. If Brody has some cards, are those all of the cards or part of the cards? Well, in the story, he gets more. So this mystery number is a part. The 6 cards that Brody got, were those all of the cards or part of the cards? Well, since he had some cards in the beginning, these 6 are also part of the cards. And the 15 cards at the end was the total because he had more than what he started with. Add to story? Looking for the part, which means I am subtracting. So in the story, I'm looking for the beginning, but it's an add to story. So what I had was part, and I got part, and I'm looking for the whole. So since it's part, or whole part looking for a missing part, it is subtract. So we've got 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. He started with 9 cards. All right, boys and girls, I know that these can seem challenging, but I think you've got it. I want to see some of your work that posted in Seesaw, and I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day.